Hey everyone, Burton's back. We've got another episode of the Robb series coming up. Before we go ahead and jump into that, let's have a quick talk about the recent Crusader Kings 2 patch that came out a couple of days ago. Now there's lots of reports coming in. This is causing quite a bit of bother with the Game of Thrones modification. Now it did for my first playthrough. It was crashing my games, couldn't start a new game, that sort of thing. Easiest way to get around this until there's a hotfix out on the Citadel would be to go into your Steam files, go into your preferences on this game, go and highlight the tab feature for the beta patches, and then you should have an option to revert it back to patch 1.11. If you do that, then restart your game, you should be able to continue as normal. But I just thought I'd jump in and tell you that, guys. So stop myself rambling, let's get back into good old King Robb's world. Alright, here we go. So here we are, we've made our way back to Winterfell. In our dungeons, we'll see sits my father's killer, Joffrey. He's going to stay there and rot, and there's a good reason why he's going to do this. We have to reclaim back my father's sword. The only bad point about it is we currently have a truce with the Greyjoys. This is going to last for 4 years. So during these 4 years, we're going to have to do a few things. Firstly, my son, 4 years old. I think it's the time we're getting betrothed. One of the things that I have noticed is that my vassals, in the Riverlands especially, there's a few of them. Oh, in fact, let's pause that. I'll come back to that in a minute. My vassals in the Riverlands, there's a few of them who actually want to take control. Ryman Frey, obviously of the twins, Lord Blackwood, and Mark Piper. Jason Mallister's also interested, but I've got a little bit of a plan. Now if you recall, my uncle Brendan, there he is, recently had a child. She's Eliana, or she's Eliana. She's 3 years old. I'm going to betroth her. I'm going to betroth her to Lamb. Now, as he's my uncle, I would obviously expect him to take this as non-matrimonial. And yes, he does. Fantastic. So that will hopefully solidify our claim on the Riverlands. But we're not finished yet. Queen Daenerys Stormborn, she's declared conquest of the Iron Islands. That is actually quite good for us. Daenerys is yet unmarried. We've got a brother who is also unmarried. Now Rickon is there, he's only 13, so I think he's too young, but however, we do have Brandon. Brandon's unmarried. He's certainly an option. We'll have to think about that, we'll see how this plays out, because our troops have to gain their strength back again before we go ahead and choose a side. So what can we do? Well, obviously we've got Joffrey there in prison. As much as I would like to execute him to get revenge, it's not going to happen, not right now at least. So in the meantime, some of our army's been called up. I believe we must go to the aid of our queen. Let's have a quick look at our council. Now obviously Roose Bolton has been doing quite a good job with us recently. He's been in the Eyrie for a long time, and what we can see from the Eyrie is they're not negative towards us, but then again we have broken a truce in the past, so we do have a negative modifier. One of the things we're doing to counter that is have Roos there, buttering him up. The important thing to look at here is there's also no heir for the Arryns. So if either of these die, if he dies, it's going straight back to Daenerys, which makes for an interesting situation. Because we've got Dawn. As you can see, Dawn with Arianne, that's completely fine, but Arianne also has no children. She does have a brother, so that's somewhat protected the line. Brother with a child as well. So the Martells are fine for now. Highgarden, as usual, they're quite okay with children also, so we're okay there. The Lannisters. Now the Lannisters are in a state right now. We've got Tyrion. Tyrion's got one child, Alysanne Lannister. However, with Jaime still being in the Kingsguard and Cersei, she's been married off. And that's completely fine because that was my doing. So I've taken her out of the game somewhat by putting her there. So let's continue along. Let's see what happens. Now we are in command of our army. I've no need for eyes when I have a direwolf. Now there is Gawain of the Crag. He's still in our prison. Let's see if we can ransom him in. Okay. They can, so we're going to send him back. Let's see who we're going to send him back to. We're going to send him back to his son Reynold and his daughter the Lady Jane. My prisoner, Lord Joffrey the Bewitched, is complaining about his dark cell in his dungeon. He's asking for more suitable accommodations. Well, it's not like us in the north to not be hospitable, so we won't be cruel. We'll just let him rot. Blessings upon your house. I've decided to accept your suggestion of betrothal between Lord Lan and Elyana. That's great news for ourselves. Oh, what is this? Lord Paramount Robb, the realm is in a state of war, and as such... Oh, 1 second. Oh yes, yeah. Your liege queen commands you that you provide men to support my armies. Well, Daenerys, if you have a look, we already have. But obviously, we will say yes. So there we go. So it looks like, even though we didn't want to start, our hand has been forced. We'll give them the men to go in war, but however, we're not going to be doing too much with that. They've accepted the ransom, that's great. We've got an extra 145 dragons now. So it's something to have a look at. We haven't done much in the ways of building work. We've got 607. It's not going to make a massive difference. We haven't recently been under siege. However, we can get some more men. What have we got right now? So in Winterfell, our light infantry is doing okay. Heavy infantry also fine. We could actually do with some archers or pikemen would be great. That gets me 35. Alright, we'll go for militia. It's best of both worlds. Now, one of the things that we've taken our eye off a little bit is reports from Beyond the Wall. Beyond the Wall right now, we can see that Mance Rayder has pretty much solidified all of them except for the Then. So here's Mance. He's doing he's not doing too bad so far. The Night's Watch in command of Artsan are doing quite well. So there's no need for us to worry right now, that is completely fine. Instead, we're just going to bide our time. Going to take it one step at a time. We've got little Rick on. We have to decide what we're going to do with my brother. There's a couple of people we can obviously betroth him to, but I'm not really happy with the majority of these. Unless we go with one of Mance's children. Something I don't want to do. So we've got a couple of guys here. So what we'll do is we'll just raise up our Riverlanders again as usual. Where is good old Mark Piper? We'll send a word to him, and we'll just have him intercept. Now the only reason that we're going to be doing this is I don't want these guys in my land. And so far, so good. However, the Iron Throne really needs to move this army down because they're suffering terrible attrition rates. Oh, so we've got a war going on in Carhold. Another plot. Who is going to deal with that? Lord Ofgar. Yes. Oh, as you can see here, we've got a battle going on in Pike. And it looks like the army of Lord Stefan of the Reach is battering against Balon. Balon, I don't actually think... He's been injured, he's incapable. This is going to be a short war. Looks like the Reachmen are going to lose this battle unless a miracle happens. Yeah, they've got reinforcements, that's that battle over with. Meanwhile, these 2,000 men are still lurking about. So we're going to try and cut them off in Goldshire. Hopefully they'll head up this way. Yeah, they are. They're currently being chased by an army of me. Oh, looks like we've caught them. That's perfectly fine. Are reinforcements on the way though? Mark's going to cut them off. We're going to get them in a bit of a sandwich. It's time for me to choose the right tutor for the child under my care. So Lord Lamb, okay, we want you to be groomed for command. My lord the keep has fallen, that is fantastic. That's an extra bit of prestige for myself. Just going to keep our eye on what's happening. No other enemy troops here, that's fine. We'll make our stand in Goldshire. We get there on the 1st of January, it looks like. A couple of weeks later we expect the Greyjoys to arrive. Mark Piper is laying siege to Goldshire. Meanwhile, Lord Paramount Robb is will catch him in the rear. Yeah, this battle's over. Meanwhile on Pike though, looks like they've been overrun as well. I think it's only a matter of time. We'll see what we can get out of this war. There's not going to be too much. But as long as they remember that the wolf is still here. So with Mark in Goldshire, we're just going to take a couple of holdings around this sort of area here, help the war score as best we can, because right now, as you can see, it's at 74%. Majority of that is going to be battles, so we're going to be helping with the occupational score unless something happens. Right, let's pause that there. We'll have a quick overview. Pike have brought up their army. As you can see, you've got 13,500 versus 6,500 reachmen. That's not going to go well. That's going to even the balance. What we'll do is we might even think about going over there to help them out. We'll see next time. Once again guys, thank you for watching. Leave some comments on the videos and the next vid will be up soon. Cheers.